Imagine a motionless body lying flat on the table with arms and legs spread apart and strapped down. Surrounded by machinery and tools, an operation was about to begin. No, this was not Anakin turning into Darth Vader. This was a mother about to give birth via C-section. On a chilly September morning, a baby was born. The parents, who emigrated from China, wondered what to name their child. The mother suggested, "Should we name her after a friend I once knew?" Her father replied, "Let's name her after this hot girl I once knew too." In unison, Tracy. In high school, Tracy was known as T-Pain, or T-Mac by her friends. She played the violin for a sense of peace. Athletically, she aced as captain of varsity tennis team. By the way, don't fall in love with a tennis player, because to them, love means nothing. She enjoys eating congee, which is the equivalent of porridge in Asia. Typically eaten for breakfast, it is a thick, grainy rice soup, infused with shredded pork, scallions, and occasionally white pepper on top. If I was personified as congee, I would be quite bland. Tracy, on the other hand, is nothing near boring. She's everything I am not. She's fun, she's outgoing, and she's spontaneous. In fact, she's the complete opposite of my Myers-Briggs personality test. According to this test, she is ENFP, which stands for extroverted, intuitive, feeling, and perceiving. She's blood type O, and funny story, when she was in high school, during lunchtime, there was a blood donation happening. Tagging along with her friend, she decided to give it a try. She went through the health history questionnaire, got a seat as a donor, and the nurse began to insert a needle into her forearm. All seemed well. However, the blood was trickling at an unusually slow rate through the tube. The nurse thought Tracy wasn't drinking enough water, so she made Tracy choke down a water bottle in 15 seconds. The blood barely moved. Frustrated, the nurse repetitively tapped Tracy's arm and inserted the needle further in, and called over another nurse. Now this nurse began a new procedure. She started back from the beginning. And she was even more aggressive than the first one. She persistently squeezed Tracy's arm and literally pumped her forearm for blood. When she finished, the bag was only 25% filled. The nurse tied a bandage around the wound, and because it was only considered one transfusion, she was only allowed one cookie from the refreshment table. True to her astrological sign, Libra, Tracy loves to be around other people, excitement, adventure, and the unusual. And speaking of unusual, she once participated in a food dare by her friends. Her task was to eat a sandwich made of mustard, horseradish, salt and pepper, napkins, anything you can find in the dining hall, but it was no ordinary sandwich. It was squeezed inside a cup, compressed, almost in smoothie form. To her friends' amusement, she succeeded. Libras also make good business partners, and her academic major is an accurate testimony to that. Tracy is a supply chain major at Rutgers Business School, combining personal interest in the fashion industry and her business parents' advice. She excelled in her classes and earned an internship as a fashion buyer at Michael Kors. According to Peter Vogt of Monster.com, a fashion buyer is someone who analyzes complex sales reports to tell a company if the company needs to buy more of a particular item or if customers need to pay a higher or lower price. Outside of her busy school schedule, she enjoys drawing, shopping, and video games. She plays Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed, Final Fantasy, you name it. She's also a trailblazing traveler, visiting France in the west all the way to Japan in the east. She has a heart for adventure, but a perfect day would constitute waking up early and going on a jog before the sun would rise, then catching up with a friend at a local cafe. And later, she would watch her favorite movie, Jane Austen's beloved novel adaptation, Pride and Prejudice. She loves the movie's witty dialogue, and intelligent main character Elizabeth, who has a passion for learning. Tracy, like Elizabeth, share a desire for learning. Now, with all her knowledge in supply chain, what does her future look like? Will she be the next Sheryl Sandberg of Facebook? Next Indra Nooyi of PepsiCo? I don't know. She's your classmate and future public speaking extraordinaire. Thank you.